I'm 35, male, work in software engineering, and I'm one of those people who actually like the idea of paying off a mortgage early. Crazy, I know. I've always been a grind now, chill later kind of guy. So when my wife and I bought a house a few years back, I made it my mission to crush that 30-year mortgage as fast as possible. The plan? Work like crazy for a few years, pay off the house, and then enjoy the freedom. I picked up freelance coding gigs on top of my full-time job. That meant 80-hour weeks, coffee-fueled nights, and saying no to vacations, parties, even weekends. I wasn't just hustling, I was sacrificing. For us. Or at least I thought it was for us. At first she seemed supportive. Said she was proud, said I was amazing. But over time something shifted. She stopped waiting up for me. Got weirdly secretive with her phone. Started having wine nights more often. I chalked it up to loneliness, told myself it would all be worth it when we were finally debt-free. 3 years in, I walked into the bank with the final check and paid it off. The house ours. Completely. No more payments. I went home early for once, bottle of champagne in hand, excited to surprise her. She was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone. I said, "It's done. The house is ours." She looked up, dead serious, and said, "Great. Now I can divorce you without losing the house." That was it. No smile. No emotion. Just that. I stood there, silent, holding the bottle like an idiot. I didn't even have the energy to argue. I just handed her the mail I grabbed from the box, walked into the kitchen, and left. That night, I crashed at a buddy's place. Around 1:30 a.m. she started calling me. Over and over. 17 missed calls. I finally answered, and the first thing out of her mouth, through sobs, was, "You sold it." See, what she didn't know was that I'd been planning for this moment. Months earlier, I set up a trust and quietly transferred the house deed into it before making the final payment. Legally airtight. The trust was in my name and it had a clause. If I sold the property within 6 months, the proceeds went to me alone. My lawyer made sure every I was dotted and T crossed. She had even signed off on some of the paperwork. She never read anything, just signed whatever I put in front of her. I sold the house the same week I paid it off. Cash buyer, clean sale. She never saw it coming. She showed up at my friend's place the next morning, red-eyed, yelling that I stole her house. I told her calmly, "You didn't pay for the house." I did. Every single cent. That hit her hard. She tried to spin it, make it sound like she had been there emotionally, that she built a life with me. I wasn't buying it. Not after the hours I put in, not after realizing she'd checked out of the marriage long ago. Then she went nuclear. She froze our joint bank account, called the credit card companies to report fraud, filed for divorce, and even asked for temporary spousal support. Mind you, she had a full-time job and no kids. She also started spreading stuff online, painting me as controlling, saying I was financially abusive. She tried to make it messy in court too, claiming I tricked her into signing the trust paperwork. Her lawyer pushed hard to have the house deal reversed, said I manipulated her. My lawyer, bless him, brought receipts. Every document, every timestamp, every email. The judge dismissed her claim in less than 10 minutes. So she switched gears. Went after my retirement account. Claimed emotional neglect. Said I abandoned the marriage by working too much. My lawyer brought out security footage, calendar logs, bank statements, even testimonies from neighbors who had seen random dudes at our house while I was out working. One neighbor straight up testified that he saw at least 3 different guys show up over the past year while I was away. That kind of torpedoed her case. The judge ruled that the house, the freelance income, and my retirement were all mine. She got nothing but what was in her own checking account. She didn't take it well. Tried to get sympathy online again. Told people I cheated, that I blindsided her. One of her friends sent me a nasty message saying I was a monster. I replied with, "Hope her apartment lease works out." Because yeah, I didn't just sell the house to some random buyer. I sold it to my brother's LLC. He runs a small real estate firm and bought it legally at market value. I put a buyback clause in the contract. In a year I can buy it back under my name. She'll never touch that house again. She spiraled hard after that. Tried to go after me again a couple months later with a request to reopen the divorce case. Said I caused undue emotional stress. My lawyer shut it down instantly and warned her we'd countersue if she kept pushing. I also filed a civil no-contact order. Not because I was scared, just because I didn't want any more drama. That ended the calls and the DMs. Last I heard, she was in a 1-bedroom apartment, drowning in credit card debt, trying to keep up appearances while juggling a couple jobs. The guy she had been sneaking around with bailed as soon as the house was gone. Apparently, she made a huge scene at a bar screaming at him. Not a good look. The funniest part? I ran into her mom at the grocery store not long ago. She said, "I don't know what happened to her. She used to talk about how lucky she was to have you." I didn't say much. Just nodded and moved on. Truth is, I don't even hate her. I'm not bitter. I just finally saw her for who she really was. She didn't want to build anything. She just wanted to cash out. She thought I was the safe guy. The boring one who'd keep grinding while she did whatever she wanted. She thought she'd walk away with everything when she was done playing house. Instead, she walked away with nothing. And me? I walked away debt-free with a fat bank account and the quiet satisfaction of watching karma do its thing. If you made it this far, you've clearly got a taste for watching entitled people crash into reality, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button like it's a court ruling in your favor.